Hello, my friend. I'm going to do a dowsing rod session today for you all, and I'm going to ask health questions. I have a list of questions relating to health, and then I'm going to kind of whatever else rolls in, I'm going to go with it. So I'm going to start off with I do these little spiritual protections personally because I have been told that there are beings that will try to deceive. It's a whole, I don't know how many billions or more of different souls there are out there, all, of course, the one God, but we're different facets of that God. And so some of them are polarizing toward the negative. Some of them are lower frequency beings. It's a thing. So here goes. Beings of love and light, guardian angels, spirit guides, service to others beings. With this rosary, please protect my energy field from any beings of a lower vibration or service to self beings who would want to deceive and manipulate. It is my will. This is a big one. State your will. Free will. Beings are allowed to lie. They're not really supposed to violate free will, so they tiptoe around it and they sidestep it. It is my will that I only communicate with beings of love and light, service to others beings, and it is also my will that my unconscious beliefs do not affect the answers to these questions. I give thanks knowing it is done. Amen. Here goes, friends. Spirit guides, could you open wide for no? Thank you. Could you cross the rods to indicate yes, please? Thank you so much. Could you point to the direction of your energy, my friends? Thank you so much. Spirit guides, is it an appropriate time to explain why I asked that question? Okay. So in the law of one, the law of one is real, right, spirit guides? Okay. And it was actually channeled by Ra, the extraterrestrial. Yes. Okay. So beyond the fourth density, correct? Beings make a choice between which direction they polarize, whether they want to polarize to service to self, or spirit guides agree, or service to others. And so for some reason, and this doesn't actually have to do with like where you guys are in space necessarily, it's just what direction of the body. So beings basically that polarize toward the positive are going to be on the right side of your body, and beings that polarize toward service to self are going to be on the left side of your body. But it doesn't really work like that as far as where they are in space-time. Is that correct, spirit guides? Okay. And then also, I'm left-handed. It doesn't mean that people who are left-handed are bad. Correct. Okay. So I was thinking, they can read your thoughts. I was thinking, show me your direction again, and there they are. Okay, spirit guides, thank you so much. So do we have a being ready who's ready and knowledgeable regarding these questions? Okay, we had a little mini conversation before this, because sometimes it's like 20 questions trying to figure out who I'm talking to with yes/no questions. So, spirit guides, do we have the Hippocrates, the father of medicine, with us? So this being was Hippocrates on Earth, is that correct? Cool. And could you point to the direction of Hippocrates' energy at this moment? Thank you so much. All right, Hippocrates, are you here, my friend? Yes. Okay, well, it's an honor to speak with you today. This is our first conversation, correct? Yeah. So you know a lot about health and medicine. That's something that you certainly in your lifetime is Hippocrates. Yes. Okay. Should we just jump right into the questions? Okay, here goes. Is RFK Jr. going to make is RFK Jr. going to make large positive changes to America's health? Yes. Thank you. Is RFK Jr. a service to self being? No. Thank you. Is RFK Jr. a service to others being? Yes. Thank you. Is processed food and lack of exercise contributing heavily to the disease epidemic? Yes. I might ask a few questions regarding food. Is it far more beneficial for human health, biological health, to consume more fruits and vegetables and plant-based foods as opposed to processed foods? Yes. Is organically grown food better for human bodies and for the environment? Yes. Thank you so much. Do some genetically modified foods cause health problems? Yes. Are some genetically modified foods safe to eat? Yes. Okay. So like the foods, the Roundup Ready corn and stuff, that's probably not good for you, correct? Correct. But like crossbreeding certain fruits and vegetables and such, is that considered? Yes. And that's okay, that's safe. Yes. So it's not about genetically modified foods in and of itself that makes it unhealthy, correct? It is about what you're doing with that genetic modification. Sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Hippocrates. I'm going to ask this question because it came into my mind. Was that from you? Yeah. Is being overweight and obese negative for your health? Yes. Now, keep in mind, this is not about looks for me, whatever, but Hippocrates just told you that can contribute to health problems. We know that that's the case. Let's see. All right, we're going to move on to cancer questions. Is that okay? Thank you. So is chemotherapy a good option for a lot of people who are trying to heal from cancer? Yes. Are they discovering new therapies that are going to be healthier overall for people recovering from cancer? Yes. Is immunotherapy one of those? That's a yes and no. Is that correct, Hippocrates? Yes. Kanki, what are you chewing on? So the Gerson therapy. I'm curious about that. Okay, so I read this book and I got really interested in the Gerson therapy a number of years ago. Watched the Margaret, is that his daughter's name, is the daughter, and she has continued on with this. So is the Gerson therapy actually a good option to treat cancer? Yes. Has the Gerson therapy been suppressed by negative elites? Yes. Oh, goodness, let's ask this one. Was Dr. Gerson murdered? Yes. It did look that way, that's for sure. Was he murdered because of an effort to suppress the Gerson therapy? Yeah, because the Gerson therapy is a natural way to treat cancer. Is the Gerson therapy more effective than chemotherapy in most cases? Yes. Are there some cancers that don't respond well to the Gerson therapy? Yes. And in that case, would chemotherapy at this time be the best? Yes. Thank you. Now let's talk about meat and animal products. Is it unhealthy for people to eat animal products? No. And I actually do agree with this. Is it really just about personal choice and different biology as far as whether people eat animal products or not? Yes. Can a vegan diet be a healthier option for some people? Yes. Do some people thrive more on a diet that includes animal products? Yes. It's quite varied, isn't it, Hippocrates? That's yes and no. Okay. Yes and no questions are a little bit tricky when we're talking to spirit about these, because it's kind of like you have to kind of figure out what to ask. Okay, so regarding animal product questions, So animal product foods that were produced in a way like factory farming, do the people who consume those products absorb the suffering energy of the animals who they're eating? Yes. So that leaves a sort of energetic signature. The quality of life, health of the animal leaves an energetic signature on the food. Yes. So would it be healthier then for people who eat animal products to eat ethically raised organic animal products? Yes. Cool. Also spirituality. Does a person's like spirituality level, for lack of a better term, have an impact on their health? Like as in whether they have a connection to their spirituality or not. So having more of a connection spiritually could give you more beneficial physical health as well. Okay. Does it have to do with the chakra systems getting more energy, more chi? No. Okay. What else could I ask about that? So, does a person's mindset and beliefs affect how healthy they are? Yes. Thank you. Does past trauma stored in the body negatively impact a person's health? Yes. For the record, does past trauma store in the body? Yes, it does, friends. Okay. Is cold therapy beneficial for human health? Yes. So ice baths are good for reducing inflammation and strengthening the immune system? Yes. So the Wim Hof method, the breathing that Wim Hof does, is that also beneficial for human health? Is that because it increases oxygen in the body? And then the oxygen in the body has other positive effects on cellular functioning? Yes. Is the Wim Hof method safe for everyone? Yes, friends. Are the negative elites trying to keep the masses sick, my friend? Yes. Is it about drug company profit? No. Is that just kind of like icing on the cake for them? The drug? Yes. Okay. Is it about population control? That's a yes and no. Is it because sick people are easier to control and manipulate? Yes. Thank you. COVID questions. You ready, Hippocrates? Thank you. So did the COVID-19 that we experienced, the years 2019 or whatever, 2020, did that originate in the Wuhan lab? Yes, it did, my friends. Was it created as a bioweapon? Yes. So I had read a story when COVID first came out about Dr. Lieber. Are you familiar with this? Yes, he was a Harvard professor, and he had some Chinese students or something like that. The details are a bit foggy. Look up Dr. Lieber and the Chinese students and the vials they were traveling with. Were they helping with the spread of COVID-19? Like the Dr. Lieber, the vials on the plane, the Chinese students? Yes. So were they contributing to the spread of COVID-19 intentionally? Yes. Interesting. That's an interesting story. You should look it up. Maybe I'll put it in the comments. So the COVID vaccine, there's different companies that have made it. Is the COVID vaccine generally safe for the public? No, it is not. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is Dr. Fauci actually a good person by human standards? That's a no, friends. Sorry, Dr. Fauci. Hippocrates cannot lie, as per the Hippocratic Oath. Sun exposure questions. Are we ready? Cool. So the first question about sun exposure is, is there really like a thinning, or has there been a thinning of the ozone layer like we were taught? Okay, and was that the result of human activity? No. Okay. So with the ozone layer being thin, has that increased the incidences of skin cancer? Is that because of too much UV ray exposure? Yes. Okay. And then so this messes with the cells and the reproduction of the cells, the UV exposure. Can't remember the exact science of it. So where were we? So I forgot what I was going to ask there. So we'll just go with the next one. So is it probably a good idea for people to wear some form of sunscreen when they go in the sun? Yes, it is. I did esthetician school and we learned a lot about that. Are tanning beds safe? Uh-uh. Is red light therapy safe? Red light and the other form of light that's with the red light, can't remember. Okay, yes, it is. So sunscreen, there's two main categories, physical and chemical. Physical sunscreen is like mineral sunscreen, and chemical sunscreen is like it absorbs the UV rays, I believe, as opposed to the physical block repels, reflects it away. Is the chemical so oxy? It's like these three main chemicals, and I can't remember what they are. But is the chemical sunscreen unhealthy for humans? That's a yes and no. Is that because the UV rays are also healthy and it's beneficial to block the UV rays? So it's sort of like a, well, which is worse kind of a thing? Yes. Okay. Is physical sunscreen, the mineral sunscreen, is that healthier for humans to use? Yes, it is. But if you don't have any mineral sunscreen available and you're going to be in the sun, should you still use the chemical-based sunscreen? Yes. Okay. Aside from UV damage, is this being in the sun generally good for you? Yes. Thank you. Does too much sun exposure without sunscreen cause premature aging of the skin, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation? Yes, it does. Thank you. School lunch. Oh my heavens. Is school lunch in America generally healthy at this time? No, it is not. Okay. I can vouch for that. With RFK Jr. as the health secretary, is school lunch quality, health quality, gonna improve? Yes. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, I think that would be a wonderful thing. Yes. So we're just about done here. I'm going to ask some questions about EMF, electromagnetic fields. 5G is in that category of EMFs. We've asked this before, but is 5G not good for human health? Is that a yes? Is that a slow yes, Hippocrates? Or am I holding my arms weird? Is 5G bad for human health, please? Yes or no, friend? Yes and no is what I'm getting. So again, maybe with the sunscreen question, is it because there are some benefits, but the EMFs in general are not good for you? Is that correct? Okay, too much EMFs or certain types. I'm not skilled on the science of it. Yes, okay. So would using devices that block EMF be good for you? Yes, thank you. And then also therapies that mitigate the damage, such as red light therapy. Yes, thank you. And infrared, that's it. Red light therapy and infrared, they're both healthy for you. Correct. Could you get too much red light therapy? Yes. Would it take a lot of sitting in front of that light? Yeah. Okay. So is it safe to use every day? Yes. Okay. So So red light therapy, we asked this before. I'll ask Hippocrates because we asked someone else. Does red light therapy mitigate the negative effects of EMFs? Yes, but it does not block against EMFs. Is that correct? Yes, okay. And salt lamps help block EMFs? Yes. And Aries Tech, whatever they use, blocks EMFs? Yes. Organite, does it block EMFs? No. Does Organite have other benefits that maybe we don't know about? Or yes, there's other benefits. Okay, so alcohol. People have said in certain circles that alcohol in small doses is healthy for you. In your opinion, Hippocrates, is alcohol healthy? No, thank you. Yeah, I agree with that. Does alcohol attract negative spirits? Yes, it does. I can vouch for that. Cigarettes. Are cigarettes good for you, Hippocrates? What? No, they're not. Was that an accident? Yes. So this is I've had conversations with spirit before, many different spirit in this form. Can you guys misunderstand what we're saying momentarily? Yes. Do you guys know everything on the other side? No. Do you know a lot more than we do? Yes. Okay. So cigarettes. Were cigarettes intentionally pushed to make the masses unhealthy? Yes. Will we ever on Earth, like, are cigarettes going to ever just go away completely from society? Yes. I'm surprised that people still smoke cigarettes after all we know about them. Yes. Plastics. So petroleum-based plastics are everywhere. Are they causing harm to human health? Yes. Would it be more beneficial for people to move away from all of these petroleum-based plastics? Yes, thank you. Are there better ways to make plastic, healthier ways? Yes. Also, there's a lot of alternatives to plastics. Yes. Thank you, Hippocrates. Could you point to the direction of your energy, friend? All right, you're still with me. You're still with me. Is there too much toxic material? Is the high level of toxic material in the environment causing harm to human and animals? Yes. Would switching away from fossil fuels be healthier for humans? Yes. Does burning fossil fuels create pollution that's harmful to breathe in? Yes. When petroleum-based products, natural fossil fuels, when they leach into the environment, are they poisonous? Yes. Not just to humans, but animals, correct? Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't have any more questions for you at this time, Hippocrates. Thank you. It was an honor and a privilege to be able to speak with you through these dowsing rods. Spirit guides, thank you for facilitating this. Bye for now, friend. So what I want to say too before I close is if you want to experiment with divination, it's just a recommendation because really ultimately your unconscious beliefs are running the show regarding all of this. But I would recommend we all have spirit guides. Everyone has them. I know it sounds like a fun, woo-woo, kitschy little, oh, my spirit guide told me. We actually do have them. I like them to be the mediator or the facilitator of the conversations because I trust them to bring in beings that will be truthful and all of that. So I would recommend some form of protection ritual if you feel it could be beneficial, and then asking your spirit guide, stating your will of what you want from that conversation, and asking your spirit guides to facilitate that conversation. So much appreciation to you for watching this. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. If you have any questions for the dowsing rods in the future, put them in the comments. If you want to try them out, I highly recommend it. And please have an amazing day. Bye for now, friend.